Season 3, Work Done, Physics in a Necrotic World, Episode 41, Energy. Welcome, strangers. I told you this season would be energizing. I hope it fulfills the criteria. Assuming you consider there is one. Energy is work done. My kind ghoul could even see necrotic hands every day. My, with capital M, kind, capital K, ghoul, capital G, could, capital C, even, capital E, C, capital S, necrotic, capital N, hands, capital H, every day, capital E. That's my energy mnemonic. My kind ghoul could even see necrotic hands or things with capital T if she wanted to every day. I'm counting every day as one word in this scenario. The grammar I'm not too sure about, but it works, okay? Magnetic, kinetic, gravitational potential, chemical potential, electrical potential, sound, heat, which is thermal, which is why I had the capital T, elastic potential, energy is the capability of something or someone, or anything really. The law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred into different things. Falling transfers the energy into kinetic energy, Ke, and thermal, which is heat. When we fling anything, like say a catapult or a rock with the catapult, the elastic potential energy is converted into kinetic. Magnetic is for attractions, kinetic for movement, gravitational for the pull of the object, while due to belongs to the Earth's mass, for relatively close to Earth, as in stuff in the Earth, belonging to Earth orbit, like the moon, or for other objects, it's the natural pull force that radiates from them. Chemical, as in stored in batteries and weird fruit smoothies and those time-telling potatoes. Like, if you know, you know. The time potatoes, the experiment, yeah. Electrical, need I say more? Beautiful lightning bolts and internet connectivity. Sound, well, to hear Bohr's music, of course. Neil Bohr, the whole point of the series. The reference to episode 1 and the whole point of this podcast. Is it even a podcast? Well, it's a strange one, because it's just me monologuing under the guise of GCSE physics. I do cover all the GCSE spec points that is needed, but I talk more and connect whatever is in my brain out loud. Theoretical physics is interesting. There's two types of physics. There's experimental physics and there's theoretical physics. Theoretical physics is more like Oppenheimer, Heisenberg, and who was that really cool guy? Oppenheimer, Heisenberg, and what is my three? I have a physics trio that I really like. Oppenheimer, Heisenberg, and Dirac. Yeah. And then you have your experimental physics people. Like, you have Skyver for helium cryogenics. You have people like Professor Gu, G-U-O, who releases research papers with his team in Florida about cryogenics, which I really think his papers are awesome. Well, his team's papers are awesome. And who else does experimental physics? Well, basically anyone who actually works with experimental part. Obviously theory has a limit, but experimental physics also has a limit. But I love theoretical physics because it makes so much sense in my head, because I love connecting the conceptual thinking, the thought experiments. So in a sense, this podcast is a thought experiment run wild. Cognitive philosophy, if you wish. Anyways, banging into things transfers into thermal energy, which heats the surroundings. This is called dissipation. Dissipation. quite realizes how tempting possibilities not realized are. Goal systems are deathly, startlingly precious. Quotation marks almost was, battles against quotation marks what is, and against quotation marks what could be. Even though no one else pays attention, you do. You choose your paths into reality. You choose your paths into reality by perception. I mean, even unwittingly, you still do that. Ghost paths that shouldn't come to mind are traced. It's decided whether it's to become a detour node in the quotation marks newly, quotation marks present system. So see you next time at Physics in the Necrotic World. This is your host, Rimona, R out.